Toronto Water was created following the 1998 amalgamation of Metropolitan Toronto to run and maintain Toronto's water supply network. History. Water treatment was originally established to provide safe drinking water. In the 19th century, the water off the city's shores was severely polluted by dumping of waste from residences and businesses. Early Toronto water supply. Before 1842, Toronto's water supply was manually pumped from Lake Ontario, streams and wells. Water carters would take the water and distribute it to customers across the city. Private water supply. Toronto Furnace Waterworks. From 1843 to 1873, water was privately provided by Furnace Works at Toronto Water Works, who are a subsidiary of Toronto Gas Light and Water Company, which was owned by Montreal businessman Albert Furnace. Following Furnace's death in 1872, the City of Toronto bought out Furnace Works and transformed the water supply to public hands under the Toronto Water Works Commission. Suburban water. Outside of the former City of Toronto, each of the former municipalities had their own treatment plants and pumping stations. Steeles 1930s, Shepherd West 1940s. Scarborough 1921, New Toronto 1924. Prior to the 1950s, the municipalities were responsible for water treatment, and water came from local water sources like wells and streams. From Metro Toronto Public Works to Toronto Water, the current system was introduced in the mid-1950s with the formation of Metro Toronto in 1954 and was managed by Metro Toronto. Following the amalgamation in 1998, Toronto Water was created from the Toronto Works and Emergency Services and once part of Metro Toronto Works Department. Since 1975, Toronto has supplied water to York Region. Drinking water operations. Treatment water pumped from Lake Ontario is treated via conventional drinking water treatment processes: pre-chlorination, flocculation and sedimentation, filtration, chlorination, chloramination, prior to distribution. The City of Toronto uses 4 water treatment plants: R.C. Harris Treatment Plant, Queen Street East and Victoria Park Avenue. Capacity of 950 megaliters per day. Island Treatment Plant located on Center Island, capacity of 410 megaliters. D. F.J. Horgan Treatment Plant, Copperfield Road, capacity of 487 megaliters. D. R.L. Clark Treatment Plant, 23rd Street in Etobicoke, capacity of 557 megaliters. D. Opened in 1968, replacing the new Toronto Filtration Plant. Distribution. The drinking water distribution system operated by Toronto Water comprises 6 pressure zones and approximately 520 kilometers of water mains. Pumping stations are located across the city to pump water from the filtration plants to residences. They are particularly critical since the city gains in elevation as it moves northwards away from Lake Ontario. Some pumping stations are located outside the city. There are 2 pumping stations located outside of the city limits and part of the water service provided to York Region by Toronto. Storage. Toronto Water stores water in 3 formats: floating reservoir, newer water tower or older water tank with limited capacity; ground level reservoir, underground water storage with grass-covered top with large capacity. Temporary storage, stored at a water treatment plant with limited capacity. Water in the city is stored once it is treated, ensuring uninterrupted water supply. There are 5 water towers located in the city and 1 outside the city. They are mainly located in areas that cannot accommodate underground reservoirs due to space restrictions. There are 10 underground reservoirs across Toronto, and in Markham there are in-plant temporary storage tanks storing water as well. Wastewater treatment. The City of Toronto has 4 facilities that process wastewater before it is returned to the lake. Ashbridges Bay Wastewater Treatment Plant, built in 1910. North Toronto Wastewater Treatment Plant, opened in 1929. Highland Creek Wastewater Treatment Plant, opened in 1956. Humber Wastewater Treatment Plant, opened in 1960. Organization. As of April 2005, the departments and commissioners were replaced by divisions under the city manager. Toronto Water is now under Toronto Water Division.